The communist Mamdani has finally crossed the line, and the mighty hand of the Trump administration has come crashing down on him after they uncovered these secret, potentially treacherous things that he's been doing behind everyone, behind America's back. But, before we even get to that, in recent days, the Trump administration has tolerated a lot from Mamdani. From these disastrous rent freezes that he's been implementing to this weird address that he gave on July 4th from George Washington's desk, where he's surrounded by all of these people to represent America. The founding fathers and George Washington will be rolling in their graves if they saw this. Not a single white person here. I mean, yeah, I know it's all for immigrants and everything, but there's still white people in America. You gotta include some white people to the massive pay increases that he's been giving to his staff and himself. Look at this 18% pay increase from $350,000 to $250,000 to $350,000 a year. I thought you were all about communism. What happened to equality for all? I mean, the national average wage index is only at $70,000 a year. Come on, what's going on? Why aren't you at this level? Why are you giving yourself an 18% pay increase from something that was already tremendously high, putting yourself at probably top 1% of America, probably top 10% of New York? But these are the things that, Trump has been tolerating lately. Look at this. Massive salary for everyone. I don't see a single salary here that is anywhere near that 70K national average. Smallest one is probably this one, 175,000. That's still like 3 times 70K. Absolutely insane. I mean, but Trump has tolerated all this, including this absolutely absurd New York migrant enclave that he released that somehow, coincidentally, failed to include the biggest migrant enclave of Italians, right? Look at this, they have little Haiti here, but they don't have Italy. They don't have little Italy. The Italians who, literally built America, and that's not even figuratively, these are Italians here. These are the workers, and they're probably the mob behind them funding the construction. Yeah, the mob was bad, mafia was bad, but they did fund the construction of a lot of this stuff, right? And yeah, here's a video where he tries to defend it. I'm not even gonna listen to him try to talk about that. Look at this meme here, right? So this isn't the point of the video, all right? This is the stuff that Mamdani has been doing publicly that the Trump administration, has tolerated. They see this, they're not happy with it, but they're not gonna say a lot about it because pick your fights, right? You got to know which fights to pick, which fights you want to stand up to, and Trump's been allowing all of this to happen. But what Mamdani has been up to in secret was just too awful for anyone to allow to happen because it's potentially dangerous to the security of the United States. Now, there are 2 main things that Mamdani did that I want to talk about. 2 main potentially treacherous things. To understand what I'm talking about, we have to go back about a month, all right, to around June, when the president of Colombia wanted to visit the United States. Now, the president of Colombia, Gustavo Petro, previously did visit the United States. But during that first visit, he did some stuff that was very bad. He appeared at a pro-Palestinian rally in Manhattan in September and denounced U.S. support for Israel's war in Gaza before calling on U.S. soldiers to disobey their president's orders. Now that's pretty bad. And because of that, the United States State Department canceled Mr. Petro's visa. Now this was a while ago, but last month, Petro wanted to use his visa to come to the United States to attend some UN meeting, I believe, UN security meeting, because the UN, building is in New York. And during that time, he wanted to use the opportunity to also meet with New York Mayor Mamdani. Now, what is a foreign national president, he's also a leftist, a very, very hardline leftist, by the way, wanting to do to meet with the Democratic Communist Mayor Mamdani? God knows. Who knows what they wanted to talk about. But in addition to trying to meet with Mamdani, he also wanted to do a lecture in Boston. Of course, they're not going to allow this. Anyways, this was, I don't believe it was publicly broadcasted, but the U.S. Embassy found out about this. U.S. officials found out about this, and they canceled it They said, you cannot meet with Mamdani. This is far beyond the scope of what's allowed. You're not meeting with the communist New York mayor. Who knows what you're going to try to incite them to do when you told US soldiers to disobey presidential orders? Come on. That's not going to be allowed. But when the US officials, when Trump administration shut this down, Mamdani didn't back down. No, instead, he doubled down because he then tried to set up a secret, very, very secret, non-publicly disclosed meeting with, I don't know if you can guess this, with Iran of all people. Mamdani's officials planned meeting with Iran envoy during a time when we are literally at war. One of our city's mayor wants to talk to our enemy. This is kind of like the definition of treachery. All right, so what happened here was the city general actually broke the story. We wouldn't know if it weren't for their reporting because this wasn't publicly disclosed. This according to screenshots of a calendar invitation received by the city journal and confirmed by a source connected to the international affairs community and another familiar with Archila's office. Now, Archila is the Anna Maria Archila, Commissioner for International Affairs in Mamdani's office. Okay, why does the New York City mayor need a office for international affairs? Who knows? Who knows what's going on under his administration these days? He's paying him $300,000. He's just doing whatever the heck he wants to do now. Listen to this report here.
He plans to meet with Iran's UN ambassador earlier this week. The timing could not have been worse. And the New York Post reporting this, the scheduled meeting would have unfolded after Iranian troops fired missiles at two commercial ships traversing the Strait of Hormuz. An action Monday in direct defiance of an interim peace agreement between the U.S.
So they try to meet with Iran's permanent UN ambassador, and the way that they did it is because, as I said earlier, the UN building is in New York. So he could have snuck away, they could have gone into that building somehow, and they would have had that meeting. But, the US state officials found out about this, and the mighty hand of Donald Trump came smashing down. They said, no. They met with Mamdani, and they said, hey, man, what the heck are you doing? This is way beyond the scope of what you're doing, what you're supposed to do as mayor, and this is potentially treachery, and this is what Mamdani said in response. Let's listen to this.
That meeting did not take place. It will not take place. And I did not know about it until there was a press inquiry regarding it. And when it comes to the work of our commissioner and our international affairs office, it's to ensure that as we are a city of the world, that we are also
city of the world
with leaders from across the world. The focus is always on our city and our relationship. The commissioner recognizes that this was made an error, and we're working on a new process in terms of new.
All right, first of all, city of the world, you're a city of America, literally, all right? You shouldn't be meeting with any world leader. Okay, and even if you do, why not meet with the other 193 countries instead of picking the one that we're literally at a war with? And it sounds like in this video that he's throwing his, commissioner under the bus, which he is, saying, oh, I didn't know about this. You, as the leader of your cabinet, didn't know that one of your people was meeting with a foreign national, a foreign representative, literally someone that we're at war with? I find that hard to believe. And if it is true, then he needs to be, he needs to have a tougher hand on his own administration, because that is just ludicrous. And he's saying that they recognize the error. They didn't recognize the error. They only recognized the error because they got caught. And who knows what Mamdani would have said to that Iran representative, because the Mamdani administration has been notably vocal on foreign policy. The mayor himself has spoken out about US and Israeli strikes against Iran, describing them as a, quote, catastrophic escalation in an illegal act of war of aggression. So he may very well be trying to convince Iran to give him some secrets to try to convince, Trump of something. Who knows? We don't know, but it's just very suspect that he's very much against the US and this war, and he's trying to meet secretly off the books with Iran representatives without telling anyone during a time when our peace deal is falling apart, our ceasefire is falling apart, and we're going back to war. It's just very, very suspicious is all I'm saying. But thank God that Trump and the administration was there to find that out and stop that. But I think there should be an investigation. There might be some charges that need to be brought up here. But that's all I have for you guys today. Make sure to let me know down in the comments what you think of this entire Mamdani potentially treacherous meeting that they're gonna have, that they tried to hold with Iran. Make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys here again later.